Hi everybody, this is Francis Almendares. This is our last project for this section 2, expressing myself for Glassell-on-the-Go at home. So this third project is portrait with a parental figure or with a role model, someone that we look up to in our family. It may be a parent, a father, a mother, or a grandparent, or it can be a sibling, an older sibling, a cousin. It could be more than one person as well. It doesn't need to just be one. So we're gonna look at Wendy Red Stars, Apsáalooke Roses. And this is a print that incorporates photography and lithography. And it's essentially like incorporating lots of pattern, lots of color. And one of the figures in this photograph is her daughter. It's the figure on the left. So I want you to look at this and think about how the figure is being placed in the image, what is going on around them, and who is this other figure, the one on the right. So Wendy Red Star is grew up or was raised in the Apsáalooke or Crow Reservation in Montana, and her work is influenced by her own cultural heritage, and she incorporates lots of other media like textiles and photography and performance, but this work is photography and lithography. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cardstock paper and our other materials, including the glue stick and the scissors like in previous projects, and we're going to create another mixed media collage. So I'm going to start off with this cardstock paper that's yellow, just because yellow is for me very happy and reminds me of the sun, and it's warm. And I'm going to use some of the patterns that came in the package. I think I'm going to go with this sort of floral pattern, and then there's this zigzag pattern as well. I'm not sure how I'm going to use it just yet, but I'm going to start by putting everything in front of me. I also am going to incorporate some photographs. I have this old photograph from when I was a kid, playing with my younger brother, and I'm going to use him as my sort of role model, just because now that we're older, we've kind of reversed roles, and it seems like he's the more serious one and mature one, and I'm the more playful one making art. So, so I made copies of the photograph. I made a black and white copy and a color copy, but I decided to go forward with the color copy, and I've gone ahead and cut it out. And so I have this cut out, and I have everything in front of me now, and I'm just gonna move things around and play with the arrangement and figure out how I want to arrange this composition. So I'm starting off with this yellow cardstock paper as my sort of background, and I'm gonna I have a couple patterns, but I'm gonna go with this blue one with gold floral pattern on top of it. And I've placed it on my cardstock, just trying to figure out where do I want to place it. And I think I want it somewhere in the center or near the center. Let's see, I think that feels about right. And I'm going to place my photograph on top of it. Let's see what that's like. Just kind of test things out, see what I want to use or not. Maybe. Okay. And I'm going to use my scissors to trim down my strip. I think I like a skinnier version of it better. How's that? I'm gonna cut out a second strip. I'm gonna try cutting out a thicker strip just to vary it a little. Let's see what that's like. Like that. So I'll do another one. Kind of trying to measure it out the same. Great. So I think more or less I like what this is looking like. I may add some more pattern to the top, or maybe it's a matter of switching it. I kind of like the head popping out of the frame that this is creating. So I'm not going to place these there, I'm just going to keep them out here. There we go. I think that could work. All right, so now let's get to gluing. We can start off with this blue background. Using my fingers to measure. But you can use that ruler at home if you have one, if you want to be precise. I kind of like that it's a little off, because it makes it a little more playful, especially with all these colors and patterns. Okay. So I've gone ahead and glued everything down at this point. I'm going to just pick up a marker and see where else I can add some more pattern or details, little intricacies. I love the different colored zigzag lines that are taking place. Let's see, what colors do I have? I think I'm going to use the black because I don't have any black. I think what I'll do is I'll continue this pattern on the bottom side. And it's okay if your lines aren't exactly straight, it's okay. I'm joining the two lines with a circle or dots. I don't want to touch the top because I like it as it is. What else can I do? The yellow on yellow won't work. Maybe this orange. Let me try the back side. I think that could work. So even if your lines come out crooked, I think it's okay. It actually looks much more interesting than really straight, clean lines. So this is the completed work. As you can see, I used the patterns from the package, but I used more than one, and I think that's okay if they don't match, because if we look at the photograph by Wendy Red Star, you see that there's more than one pattern happening at the same time, and that they're sort of competing, or maybe there's tension, or they're just mismatching, and that's okay. I think it adds more it's just much more playful and active and vivid, and I like that. So I wanted to replicate that in my own collage. And so I ended up using, although they are the same pattern, the zigzags, they're just in different colors and different order. And that's okay. I like that. But underneath, as my background, it's a different pattern, it's a floral pattern, and it kind of reminds me of like plants, so it kind of connects to the previous projects, you know, just because it's more organic and curvy, and yeah, it just made me think of the plants from the last project. But also what I like about this particular collage is that in the photograph, the shirts that I'm wearing and that my brother is wearing, they're also pattern, and I believe, no, they're not floral, but they are different shapes and different colors, and so just in general, there's lots of different patterns happening all at the same time. And here at the bottom, I added my own, well, not my own, I just replicated the pattern that existed from the strip. I extended it into the negative space, and I used just a black marker and an orange marker to accentuate using stripes. And that's it. This is it. So thank you for, you know, spending time with me again on this last project, and I hope you have fun creating your own patterns, or just, you know, layering pattern on top of pattern on top of pattern, which is fun too. So hope you enjoy.